My name's Shannon. I'm an application engineer on TriMech's 3D printing team. If you're like me, you're probably working from home right now and slipping in and out of the office only as necessary. So I want to take a few moments here to go over some tips and tricks of using GrabCAD Print to remotely monitor your 3D printing projects. Let's dive right in. Most of us are familiar with the normal GrabCAD Print layout here, where we'd set up our files and arrange our parts and send them to print. But we can also utilize the schedule view. When we're in the schedule view, this is kind of where we can really leverage GrabCAD Print's abilities to help us remotely monitor our printers, see the materials and everything on the machine will be left after you print and such. So when we first look at this, we'll see a list of available printers that are associated with our company's account, and then we'll see that these are kind of color coded. So printers listed in gray are either idle or disconnected. And then printers listed in green are printers that are available and they've just recently completed a job. There's going to be printers in blue, which are currently printing. And then we might see printers periodically listed in red. It might mean there might be an issue wrong with the machine, or maybe it needs a firmware upgrade, or there's something that requires a operator's attention on it. If we were to look through here and click on a particular printer, we'll click this green one, which is highlighted here. If we click on it, it'll let us know that the print is completed. We can also see, if we hover over this, so it's a 100% complete. As we see within the circles, the percentage that a job is completed, so it's 100%, and the print time's 2 hours and 6 minutes, and we can see the actual materials left inside of the machine. If we were to go on the timeline and actually click on the actual job in the timeline, we would again see it's 100% complete, 2 hours and 6 minutes. We can actually see a preview of the job, how it sat on the build tray. We could actually click and see an enlargement of that if we wanted. We'd also be able to see information such as the amount of material needed on that job, and again, the amount of material that is left on that job after it printed. If we were to click on a print that is currently printing, on this particular job, we see there's a 12 written on here. We can also see it up here. That lets us know that the current print is 12% of the way complete. If we go through, we can see the amount of materials that are on this particular printer. This is a polyjet machine, so we see all the different resins. We also can see how much material is inside the waste tank to know when we might need to change that out or not. It might be good to know if you're coming in over the weekend or coming in at night to do something, to know, to allot yourself a little bit more time if it's 100% filled. Again, we can actually click on the current job that is printing. We'll be able to see a preview of that job. We can see it's now 12% done. Our estimated time of completion is a little after 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. We'll see the amount of material that is actually going to be needed for this particular job. Then we actually see how much material is in the machine, and if we hover over top of one of these kind of status bars here, we'll actually see how much is estimated to be in the machine at the completion of the job, which is really good information to have, and it calculates that for you. We can also, if we have a F123 series printer, which actually have an onboard camera, if we were to click on one of those particular printers, we would also be able to actually see a live video feed from within the machine. In this case, we have a particular machine that's just sitting idle right now, but we could see the build plate and everything inside of here. If this was currently printing, we'd actually be able to see some of the progress on the job. And when the job is actually completed and lowered to the bottom of the tray, how you see it here, you'd actually see your parts and everything in there, which is really handy. Another thing we can do is we're capable of seeing jobs as they sit further out in time. We can kind of scroll this over if we wanted. We can also actually rearrange jobs in order of how they would print. So we have the ability to control the queue a little bit as well from being remote. We can also set up days of week. We see there's a gap here because there's actually a gap before 9 a.m. where the print operator is designated that this particular machine will be able to operate from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. where someone will be able to start jobs. So we jump over here to a browser really quick. And if you say don't have your work laptop at home, or you for some reason don't have access to GrabCAD Print, you could simply go to grabcadprint.com and you can actually go and download the actual application if you need, but you can actually just simply sign into your account
through the browser. And once you do that, you'll see there's actually the schedule tab is along the top. And if we click on that, we actually see the same information that we would have been able to have seen through the actual application. So if you're not setting up an actual job, this is just as handy as being able to utilize the actual standalone application.
Hopefully you found some of those tips useful. And that'll help you remotely monitor things. There's also important to note that there's also an Android and a iPhone app that'll help you be able to use your phone to check on printers. You could see much of the same information, even see the video feed off an F123 series directly to your phone. So if you have any other questions, please reach out to the TriMech 3D Printing Application Engineering team at ae-printers@trimech.com.